Good day, participants, and welcome to hashtag the first step, the OneC Skills Camp Asia Basic Training Orientation. All right, so for today, we'll be having the following topics. Okay, starting with what is OneC Skills Camp Asia? So OneC Skills Camp is a series of free training and skills competitions for teams or individual developers. The fourth edition focuses on Asia. We are introducing the OneC Enterprise platform, a local platform that is very easy to use even without a solid background in programming. Reasons to participate: pre-registration, participation, training and travel, significant cash prizes and global opportunities, international certifications, international skills competitions, and possible internship or employment with our global partners. Sign up today via OneC Skills Camp via oncskills.com. Let's now proceed with our participants guide, focusing on the basic training stage. So aside from the definition earlier, OneC Enterprise is an easy-to-use and powerful full-stack platform for creating applications that streamline the automation of a wide range of business processes. It has the capability to build front-end and back-end systems such as, but not limited to, desktop, web, and mobile applications. On a lighter note, OneC Skills Camp Asia, aside from free training, cash prizes, and international opportunities, be ready to meet friends and build networks across Asia. So these are the significant cash prizes in detail. For the team category, we have for the basic training stage. So we have $600 for the first place and $300 for both second and third place. In the advanced training, the first place will have $900 and $300 for the second and third place. And in the finals, we have $5,000 for the team category. Going to the individual category, both for basic and advanced training stage. So the first place will have $300, second placers will have $200, and third placers will have $100. And in the finals, we have $1,000 for the individual category. So we are almost through with our first stage, the registration. So all of us have registered in oncskills.com. This is the official website of OneC Skills Camp. And maybe some of us already registered in onec-dn.com. This is the official website of OneC Enterprise platform. This is where we can download and get more information about OneC Enterprise. And lastly, we have skillshub.onec-dn.com. This is OneC Enterprise online learning platform. So where we can access all our learning materials for the camp. So the registration is extended until July 7. And for our main topic today, we have the basic training. So the first step course is the first ever course in the camp. So the main objective is to be familiar with the OneC Enterprise platform and evaluate if the platform is for you. So this course has a total of 22 tutorial videos and 7 quizzes. And the deadline for the submission, so it will be extended also until July 10, so instead of July 7. And then the announcement of passers will still be on July 14th. So let us now proceed with the OneC Enterprise platform. The registration issues on onec-dn.com, as well as downloading the training version. Okay, so as you can see, this is a sample account on the onec-dn.com registration. So where you can see your details, username, country, etc. So you can click, once you have registered, you can click on the free trial and then choose the appropriate operating system. So in this case, I will be downloading the training version for Windows. And we suggest that you download the latest version of OneC Enterprise platform. Okay, so some of the issues in logging in the onec-dn.com. So you'll be using your username instead of email in logging in this website. Okay. So the explanation on why you should also register on this site because it is not yet mirrored. The database is not yet mirrored. So you have to register separately in 1c-dn.com. Let us now proceed with our Skills Hub. All right, so this is the dashboard for skillshub.1c-dn.com. So for the Skills Hub, so same reason you have to register separately, but with Skills Hub um, you need to use your email this time. So instead of the username. Okay, so this is the dashboard of 1C Skills Hub. So if you are already enrolled in the latest course, which you can see on this part, so Skills Camp 2023. So this is the one that we're going to use. Okay, so I hope everyone who have registered and who are already enrolled in the in Skills Hub can see this specific course, Skills Camp 2023, 1C Enterprise First Step Beginner's Course. Okay, so what's with the 1C Enterprise First Step Beginner's Course? Okay, so you will see here all the topics involved in the 1C Enterprise Platform First Step. So about the course, so this is all about the 1C Enterprise First Step. We have about 1C Enterprise Platform. And we have 1C training version download, so which was shown earlier. Okay, and then the next topic will be the creating an info base. So this is how it works in Skills Hub. So it's like a learning management system. Okay, so where you will watch videos and then tutorial videos, and then you will answer some quizzes. So in this part, we will ask one participant to share the screen for the sample quiz. So in my case, because I already answered my quiz, so you will already see the answer. Okay, so we will ask Fritz to show us the quiz one. So this is the actual quiz one in 1C Enterprise First Step Beginner's Course. So let's try to answer question number 1. So it says, select all correct statements. So in this case, we must highlight that we have a multiple choice type of quiz. And then it is possible to have one answer or multiple answers. Okay, the first question is, why do we need designer mode? Okay, so just to explain the difference between the designer mode and 1C Enterprise mode. So designer mode is like a backend where you will design your application, develop your application, okay, etc., etc. All right, so let's analyze the first question. Why do we need designer mode? The first choice is to enter data in applications. So logically, it sounds right or wrong. So it's wrong because you will be able to enter data in the application when you run the actual application, that is the 1C Enterprise mode. Okay, so the first choice is wrong. And then the second one, to develop application. So of course, as we mentioned, designer mode is used to develop or design the application. So we can click that one. And then next one, to modify application. So it's just the same, no? We need to update, we need to edit the application. So that might be a correct answer. And then the last one is to manage applications. So it still involve the back end, no? So we still need to manage, edit, or anything about the application. So this seems to be a correct choice as well. Okay. So though we have to develop applications, to modify applications, then to manage applications. So let's try to submit if our answers are correct. Okay. So it says correct, 1/1 point. Let's try the second question. All right, for the second question, we have which mode should we use to add a contact type? For example, we have mobile and home contact types. So we have the two main choices, 1C enterprise mode and designer mode. So which one is correct? You can chat your answer if you want. So the question is, which mode should we use to add a contact type? For example, we have mobile and home contact types. So this is an actual input on the application. So which one is the correct answer? So RJ says the designer mode. Let's try if it is correct. It's correct. Okay, congratulations. Okay, third question. So it also has the 1C enterprise mode and designer mode as the answers. Which mode should we use to add a new contact to our catalog contacts? Okay, so a catalog contacts is like a contact form on other applications. So which means we will add an actual data on this part. Okay, so we need to run the application in order to add a new contact on our contact form. So of course, logically speaking, it should be the other one. No? So our question number 2 has Fritz. That's the designer mode, right? So for this one, question number 3, so it's logical to say that this is in 1C enterprise mode. Let's try. All right, correct. So thank you, RJ and Fritz, for your help. So that's for our quiz number 1. So we have a total of 3 points for quiz number 1. Thank you, Fritz. Okay, so that's the first course, the first topic, creating an info base, and then the first quiz. Okay, and then before we proceed with the reminders, thank you for those who participated in our actual quiz 1. Okay, so let's first have a preview again of our list of participants, but this is as of July 2. So for let us see our updated list. JM, please. Okay, so let's just proceed with the reminders. So the registration, as mentioned earlier, is extended until July 7, so we can still invite our friends and colleagues to join us. And then the deadline of submission for the first step will be on July 10. Okay. So as mentioned earlier, the first step has 22 tutorial videos and 7 quizzes. So that's all we have to finish in the before July 10, on or before July 10. So and also um 1C, our 1C Skills Camp project manager, Eugene Lashenko, mentioned that we will be having an additional task to earn extra points. So you will be asked to create your video presentations either by team or individual to get extra points. And then the hashtag first step results, the announcement of passers in the first step course will be on July 14. So it will be announced earlier if we will have it recorded or um, it will be broadcast live. And then let's proceed with the question and answer part. Okay. So before we entertain questions from our participants, let's first I'll be reading some of the questions that we have received via email or via the group page or group chat. So the first one, why am I receiving failed logins both in skillshub.1c-dn.com and at 1c-dn.com? All right, so as mentioned earlier, so let me just close first the tabs. Okay, so as mentioned earlier, we should have a separate registration in 1c-dn.com and skillshub.1c-dn.com. So the reason for the multiple registrations is that we have different target audience. We have different objectives for the site. So the database is not yet mirrored. So that's the main reason that we need to register on the 3 websites. And also, as mentioned, in skillshub.1c-dn.com, so you'll be asked to log in using your email address plus the password. And while in 1c-dn.com, that's the official website of 1C Enterprise Platform, so you will be using your username and password to log in. So I hope that's clear. And then second question is, how will the scores be computed, both by team and individual? Okay, so as mentioned, we will all submit our 1C Enterprise first step beginner scores quizzes, or we must finish the quizzes on or before July 10. So first step will have a total of 50 points. Okay, so as individuals, it will be computed as the same. While for the team, so we will be having the average scores for each member to get the accumulated score for the entire team. Okay, so individual as is, for the team category, we will be having the average score. Third question, can I still compose or change my team? The answer is yes. So until at least before July 10, we hope that everyone is decided on their team composition or if they want to proceed as individual. And the fourth question on my list is I haven't received any email, or that's the concern. No? I haven't received any email. So for the 1C skills.com registration, so right after registration, you will be receiving a confirmation email, okay, immediately. So if you can see it in your inbox, please check your spam folder, okay? And of course, the number one, it should be a correct, valid email address. And then for the other two, we have the 1c-dn.com registration and Skills Hub registration. So you need to verify your account in order to log in properly. Okay, so that's it for the questions in my list. So you can ask uh, using your microphone, or you can ask via chat. So I'll be checking the chat box right now. So how can we check if our record is submitted or not? Okay, so every time or every day, so we are updating our list. So like for example, for today, we did have registrations yesterday and today. So we will have an updated list at the end of the day. Okay. So as long as you are receiving the confirmation email in your 1C Skills Camp, 1cskills.com registration, so it means that your record is already on our list. Next question. I enrolled as individual. If I found some other individuals, how, uh, sorry, if I found some other individuals here, can we group as a team? Yes. So, for example, you found two other members, so you can form a team. So you just have to inform us about your team composition. Then we will be working on our list. Next question, do we have a deadline for each task? Um, for Once Enterprise first step beginner's course, the deadline is July 10th. So regardless if that is quiz 1, quiz 2, so it's important you have to finish all 7 quizzes on or before July 10th. So at your free time. Okay, so I'm just checking if there are other questions. So participants, please, you can use our chat box, or you can use your microphone to ask other questions. So aside from this orientation, we will try to schedule a, um, a training for first step beginners course. So we will guide you every step of the way in this specific course. Okay. Next question, do we have Discord? Okay, so at this with this specific edition of 1C Skills Camp, we are using the Facebook group page and the Messenger group chat for the meantime. Oh, next question is quiz time a criterion for scoring? Nope. We are basing on the actual scores and the quizzes. So regardless, as long as you can submit on or before July 10th. Okay, what if you failed on the quizzes? Okay, so on for a while. Okay, so on July 10, that's the deadline for submission of the quizzes, and then July 14 is the announcement of passers. So as much as we can, so we should at least have 25 points over 50 points. Okay, so so to answer your question directly, so if you fail your quizzes, you cannot proceed uh, with the next course. But as you have seen earlier, the quizzes, as long as you watch the tutorial videos, you can answer the quizzes or the questions easily. Okay, any other questions from our participants? Do we have on-site? Do you have on-site training? So for the meantime, as everything will be online. Okay, so as much as we can, we will schedule Zoom training at least every week. So the only stage that we will be meeting on site will be, or face to face will be on the finals. Okay, next question is, are all team members required to do the task individually or one output only? Okay, of course, you will be submitting individually. But of course, as a team, you should do a teamwork. As mentioned earlier, the scores will be, we will get the average of the scores for the team. So it is important to have a teamwork, strategize how you will submit the task or the quizzes. So based from our previous editions, during our first edition, so by team, we will only submit one output. But in this case, in the first step, beginner scores specifically, so you have to take the quizzes individually, but will be scored as a team. We only have one time to do the quizzes. Yes, we only have one attempt for the quizzes. So we only have one attempt to do the quizzes. So it is important that you really watch the tutorial video or you read the transcript before you answer. Okay, so for those who join us or those who admitted late, or those who were late, so we have recorded this Zoom meeting, so we will upload it as soon as we can in the One C Skills YouTube channel, so you could check our orientation. Okay, so we have the next question. What is the total score of the quizzes? Are they exactly 50 points? So for the Once Enterprise first step beginner scores specifically, so we have a total of 50 points. Okay. However, as we mentioned earlier, once the organizers will be having an activity, a video presentation, which will enable you to have extra points. Oh, we have next question. When taking quizzes, is there a time limit for each question? I believe there's no time limit for each question. So there's no time limit for each question. You can answer, you can take your time. You could also pose. Okay. Just don't submit if you're not yet sure. And the next question, are we having our passports ready to travel if we go up to the finish? So this is an interesting question. Yes, we are. We the only thing that we're going to need in the finals is our passport. So everything else, tickets, accommodations will be shouldered by One C Skills Camp organizers. And then we also need to check if we need visa. Like for example, if we are from the Philippines, so we do not need a visa for Vietnam if we will only stay for less than 14 days. Plus we have a 1 month break before the final, so we can still prepare for our passports. Next question, how many individuals and team can be chosen in the grand final? So that's a good question. In the grand finals, so by team, so the first, second, third place, all of those all of those group will be able to go to Vietnam for the grand finals. For the individuals, we have top 6 individuals who will be able to join us in the finals. So that is a total of 15 persons. No? So 3 teams with 3 members each, and then top 6 individuals. Okay, so how about the accommodations? Are this all free? Yes, sir. So the only thing that we need is passport. The tickets, hotel accommodations will all be shouldered by One C Skills Camp organizers. Is there an age limit for the participant? No, there is no age limit. Okay, so as long as you can understand One C Enterprise platform, you can do the task. So that is okay regardless of your specialization. Next question is, what is the difference between participating as an individual or as a group? So in terms of the task, so we are all having the same task. And then with the scoring, as mentioned earlier, so if you are a team, so we will be having the average score for your team. And then, of course, the cash prizes. So there are difference in the cash prizes. Okay. So in the finals, the team will be able to have $5,000, while individual, the top participant will have $1,000. What is the difference of 1C platform from other web platforms? Okay, so 1C platform, as mentioned, is a low-code platform. Okay, so basically, it's more of a desktop platform, no? But we can easily deploy web and mobile applications. Okay, so unlike for example, if we are working with web platforms or web applications, so we are using specific technologies like HTML, CSS, PHP, etc. Okay, and then you can just produce a web application out of those. For 1C platform, sorry about that. For 1C platform, so it's a low-code platform, minimal coding, but we have but we can easily, from a desktop application, we can easily deploy or create web and mobile applications. Is it possible to have 4 members in one team? So sorry about this one. So a team should only be composed of 3 members. Okay, so what we can do with the last question, for members in one team. So you could form one team, and the other one could proceed as an individual participant. So in case you make it until the finals, you can still go to Vietnam. Okay, so while we are waiting for other questions. Okay, so as mentioned, with the 1C Enterprise First Step Beginner's course, so you can you should just watch the tutorial videos properly. You can check the transcript, and then you can take the quizzes. No, so during your free time, since our deadline will be on July 10th, so we have 6 days more. Next question is, what is the schedule? What's the schedule for the participant if the participant passed? I'm not sure if I understood your question correctly, but for example, you were able to submit your quizzes on time, which is on July 10, and then we will be checking your quizzes. If you manage to have 25 points, so we will be announcing that on July 14. So all the passers. So for example, there's no limit with the passers. No, everyone who passed the first step beginner's course will proceed in the next course, which is junior developer training course. Okay, next question. So are we going to make a website? We can deploy or create a website. No? From at first, we'll be focusing on the desktop applications or business applications, and then we will teach you how to deploy the desktop application into a web application or mobile application. So while we are waiting for other questions, so the last part of our okay, so the hack and roll part. So that I will just show you. Okay. So these are our other activities. No, at this point, until at least before July 10, we are having a campus tour. These are 1C Skills Camp Asia School campaign, and then we are also preparing hack and rolls. This is the 1C Skills Camp Asia games and promos for our participants and supporters. So we will announce the details ASAP. All right. So if you have other questions, so you can always chat on our Messenger group chat or post in our Facebook group page. Okay, so again, we will try to schedule another Zoom meeting specifically for the first step beginner's course training. So no other orientations, just focusing on first step beginner's course. All right, so we would like to thank all our participants who have attended, all 60 plus participants who have attended. Thank you very much for your time. So this is hashtag the first step, the 1C Skills Camp Asia Basic Training Orientation. Thank you everyone and stay safe.
Build your future.